but I have enough stuff to upgrade it to like +4 or something. And at +0, it's one-shotting the giant skeletons in Firelink.
Monster time.
Monsters.
So
All right.
This monster loves you.
Yes, this monster loves us all.
Are you ready to make that kind of a commitment to a monster?
Yes! I played a few minutes of this, saw how it was going, and I thought this would be great for a stream.
Let's
It's
do it.
nice and relaxed, and we can raise any sort of monster we want. It's kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure game. I'll get to try out my narrating skills. Help me begin your story. How does it go again? Long ago, deep in the forest, monsters called the Whale Mist. That's right, long ago, nestled in the heart of the forest, was the monster village of Omen. You are born from the slime that holds the memory of monsters known for, and we have a choice. What sort of monster we want to be? Monster known for actions and attitude, or words and thoughts?
Cheetah, you're a wordsmith.
Words and thoughts?
Monsters known for puns.
We
Yes.
must be a monster of action.
A punster.
That's how you know they're a monster. They just won't stop with the puns.
You're not awake yet. Actually, before I get much further, how are the audio levels? Between myself and the folks going and the mumble and the music and the game thingo. Sounds okay? Alright. Skippy, you try speaking real fast?
Hey,
Okay, Skippy sounds good to me. Ragni's quiet because Ragni hasn't said much. Okay, back to the story. You're not awake
Yeah,
yet, but...
I just came back. I brought my sleepy chocolate.
Oh, sleepy chocolate is good chocolate because it's story time. You're not awake yet, but soon your first eye will open. Your simple dreams will give way to life itself. You dream of helping the sick and soothing the woeful, outsmarting everyone else, or speaking true when others lie.
well, we're the pun monster. I think our thing is that we're outsmarting everybody.
I think I like the way you're thinking. I got an item in my inventory. What is this? I'll look later. Your body is turning, twisting, growing solid in the middle of a great vat of green slime. It's time to be born. Okay. Now we have our stats down here. They do the obvious sorts of things. This is kind of a pseudo RPG of sorts. Bravery lets you overcome fear and intimidation. Cleverness is wits, your smarting stuff. We got some wits because of, well, we picked our main kind of monster. We have our, what is this? Ferocity. And that's just how big of a Billy Badass you are. Honesty. You could be an honest monster, the boring kind. And there's kindness. You're not really a monster at all if you're kind and honest. But, let's do our first mission. Be born. You awaken in the thawing season when the ground is soft and wet. Onward! Your eyes open. You're a morsel. Barely born, you float in the spawning vat. Dozens of other morsels are exploring, flailing, stealing food from each other. What should we do? Should we try to swim, or should we think, yes, but born from what is the question? Are we a doer or are we a thinker? What do you think?
Come on, born from what?
I mean, why are we here?
Let's think about it.
Why did I congeal out of goo?
What sort of goo is this? From the slime. What do you think? What is this thing? Slime. It's the stuff monsters are made of.
Are we the child of a gelatinous cube?
Yes. You don't mean we're actually born from this slime? Look, it's just mold. It's not Lester the monster. Look, it's just mold and mushrooms. It's just a sticky side of nature. When the spark of life enters a colloidal gel, monsters just happen. Fascinating. Try to swim.
Let's paddle around.
Yep. Let's scoot
I
around.
got angry at that question.
Uh-oh. Another morsel swims toward you. It opens its mouth to show a set of sharp, small teeth. It bites you. How should we handle this? Ah! Swim away from the toothy morsel, or what? This is intolerable! Stop that biting!
I choose option C again, but in Jolo's voice.
Intolerable! I say, sir! You pause, unable to believe that another morsel is trying to eat you. After a moment, you snap out of it and start to move again. We have options: resist, kill it, or unite with other morsels to repel the attack.
Hold the line, fellow morsels.
Hold the line! Hold the line! You speak! Your words are simple, but some of the morsels understand you. They converge on the biter. This aggression will not stand!
Big Lebowski.
Your
Aggression won't stand, man.
Your tiny, slimy flotilla frightens the bad morsel away. It retreats to the far end of the spawning vat. Let's patrol the vat and look for more trouble with our monster squad.
With your gang.
It seems like a very small Lebowski at the moment, actually.
Total Rats for life.
I'm told I'm loud.
You're always loud, GL.
It's my reading voice. Breeze.
I think your mic just might be stronger than Mumble is coming through.
I'm just raising up the volume for mumble and such. But I like getting into reading and stuff.
I like it.
Monster Posse.
That's your stream, so what?
Splash! Flutter! Splish! Squeak! Another morsel is too weak to swim properly. It's sinking toward the bottom of the vat. What should we do? Ignore it and swim on? Too bad, but these things happen. Or, oh no, that's terrible!
That's terrible.
Ignore it and swim on.
We can't just leave a tiny morsel to flounder.
Exactly, we were...
All the morsels help you. Aren't you gonna help the other?
Yeah.
Join your gang.
You would be a terrible hypocrite otherwise.
We're going to be a mastermind monster. I think we have to cement our morsel kind early on and get them all in one place. Then we can consume them all and gain their strength.
Well, this
A
is perfect,
monster
GL.
mind, so
I
to
mean,
speak.
it's because what you can do is you could Fulton him, and then he could join MSF, Monsters Sans Frontier.
Nice. Taking a drink. You feel a deep sense of injustice at the smaller morsel's impending demise. If only you could do something about it. Let's do something about it.
Well, you don't have the choice not to do something about it.
You swim to the morsel, determined to act. Get under that morsel and push it up, or try to think of something.
You don't have time.
No, I
Look at
think you
now.
need a plan here, otherwise you're gonna drown under the morsel.
Y'all thinking it's a thinking time?
I don't know. Now is the time for action.
We are thinking of thinking.
I think you should think.
We are the smart monster.
Are you
That's
thinking
true.
what I'm thinking?
Create a morsel raft.
You rack your newborn brain. Wait, there! Some animal bones and sticks rotting at the bottom, half hidden beneath the slime clumps. Let's prop up the dying morsel. You swim to the bottom, casting about. You gather some sticks and long curving ribs of a deer. Get them jammed together, good and tight. The morsels... Oh, I might have the volume a little loud. 1 second. There we go. There we go. Ease back the game music a little bit. The morsel's own dissolving body holds everything together well enough. Half its body is above the surface of the slime. Make sure nobody messes up what you've created. Love these little monster icons. You swim in circles around the rescued morsel, keeping the cruel ones and biters away until your new friend begins to move and solidify. To help the morsel off the structure. See? Monsters are hugging each other. They're buddies. As you do, you feel dizzy. That's a first. Never been dizzy before. Everything goes green. Yeah, wake up. Your friend is gone, but not dead. Another morsel points to the edge of the spawning vat. While you slept, the weak one grew into a monsterling. Hooray for brains! You've grown too big for the spawning vat. You must move on to the next stage of life and become a monsterling. Let's see, what should we do, guys? Got any advice? Or no, don't grow up.
Peter Pan time. Let's be honest,
Stay-
Geop, you never grew up.
You don't want to stay a child your whole life.
Children make the best puns.
Hmm.
It's comedy science.
No, they don't. Old
Yes,
men,
they
old
do.
men and dads make the best puns. You know.
Let's get some advice.
Dads make the best puns because they learn them from the children.
You're going to get into some trouble, you're going to get in some trouble, which is great. Exercise your bravery, cleverness, ferocity, kindness, and honesty. What kind of monster will you be? Indeed, to the Brood Cave and adventure. We have adventure. There's a time mechanic. Top bit shows how many days you have left until your next stage of life, and the bottom shows how much respect you've amassed. 0 out of 100 total. What's respect? Impress other monsters, and they'll talk about how amazing you are. The more respect you gain in the earlier stages of life, the greater power you'll wield later on. Gotcha. Okay. And then this is that main menu? I think it is. Okay, resume. Okay. Well, let's adventure. Oh, we have decisions for adventures. Oh man. How does this work? Pick the first one, I guess. Hamrag. An adult monster sleeps in a big pile of monsterlings. Everyone is comfortable. Blots, giggling, sticks lichen in all 4 of Hamrag's nostrils. Hamrag's eyes shoot open as he starts to choke. Blot shushes you with a threatening scowl. What should we say this bully? You're not afraid of Blots. Help Hamrag, or, that's funny, let's help the prankster out. What do you guys think? Yeah, let's not be a rude monster.
Have to help the little guy.
Jump on Hamrag's head and knock out some of the lichen loose. He squeals aghast, then remembers that he can breathe through his mouth. Crisis averted! Hamrag glowers down past his jowls, scowling as though you hadn't saved him. He roars, demands to know who plugged up his nose. Should we cover for Blots, or should we tell the truth?
Well, nobody likes a snitch monster.
So just tell the truth. That guy kind of... Oh, they don't want me to be a snitch. Guy was an asshole. There's no benefit for us defending him.
Well, maybe you can blackmail him later.
Well, you see, if nobody likes a snitch, then that means we're a monster because somebody doesn't like us. Let's tell the truth. Blots did it! Hamrag thanks you, grabs Blots and sits on him. All of Blots' breath whooshes out of him and he can't inhale again. Hamrag stays there for a good long while. Okay. Venture again, I guess. So, okay, so I thought at first we were going to have some description of these. I did not murder him. He brought that on himself. Which of these icons look the most enticing to you fellows? I thought there was a description at first, but it's pretty much just grab one and go at it.
The smiling one?
Yeah, I do with the toothy grin.
Big ol'
So
smile.
happy.
Ha Nash and Gobclaws are racing to the ceiling of the cave. They've already clawed way up when Gobclaws invites you to join them. You don't see a good way up, though. Now let's see. Look at the paths they took and copy them. Just face up to it, admit you aren't much of a climber, or make a fair effort, but stop before you gets hurt. What should we do? What was that?
You're not gonna stay down. You're gonna prove to everyone that you can
Should we copy?
climb a wall.
I think you're smart enough to see what they did and do the same thing.
Let's copy. We're a thinking monster. You follow Nash Nash's claw marks halfway up the cave wall, then slip sideways to where Gobclaws was being more careful. You meet them at the top, to their surprise. Ha ha! Venture again. What next? I see some rocks.
Food.
Rocks!
Or rocks.
Some monsterlings are building little stone towers. Blotz comes to you with a heaping armload of smooth rocks. Do you think this is enough to build a tower? Let's give him an honest answer. Help him build a tower? Shout, "Leave me alone, Blotz, I'm busy!" Or prank Blotz nicely, or pull a mean prank on Blotz.
Isn't Blotz the one who was mean?
Yeah, I mean, we did snitch on him though, so I think maybe we should help him mend that bridge. Look at his stupid little face.
Helping would involve us finding rocks. I am okay with this idea. Let's help him. Like this! You point to a good flat spot on the floor, then start laying out a base for the tower. You and Blotz build the best one in the cave. All the rocks. What next? Bear in mind we're not going to be able to do all of these because of the game's time limit thingo.
Food.
You're thinking drumstick or smug monster?
Food.
I
Food!
like the nerdy monster raising a finger.
We'll do the nerdy one in a minute then. Hamrag, an older monster, brings a big sack full of squirming rats to the cave. As he heads for the spawning vat, he trips and all the rats spill out on the floor. We can, gobble up some of them rats. We can help some of them escape because those rats are so poor, or should we just help Hamrag catch them?
Gobble up them rats.
Nom nom nom. How do they taste? Yeah, let's help him out. He's a cool dude. You race this way and that, catching rats and toss them to Hamrag's back. He pats you on the back. Let's accept the old monster's praise. Thanks, buddy. Hamrag says, nicely done. You could have just eaten them, but you saved them for everyone. You might be worth raising after all. Hamrag gives you an extra rat to eat. Okay. Loves me some rats. Let's see here. You are halfway towards becoming an adolescent. Firm up your personality as best you can. Now let me see. You, I think Skippy, you wanted the one with the 3 eyes?
Yeah.
Lecturing.
He's like,
Hmm?
he's like, I have a question.
Nash Nash shows you a rock. Hey, it's the best rock in the whole cave. It looks a bit like a sleeping rabbit, but it's otherwise ordinary. Oh, Nash Nash is a lady monster. Tell her she can find better? We say, Nash Nash is always slapping you. Slap the rock out of her claws. Or, she's dangerous. Tell a white lie.
I still like the icon. Tell her she can find better.
I love that. I love the second one more so, the angry one.
Here's what I think of your fucking rock.
I think you'd find better. That's a terrible rock. Yeah, let's do that.
I think that's a terrible rock.
Nash Nash scowls and shakes the rock at you. You're lucky I'm not going to break this against your head, soft skull. Now let's see. We can let it go, or we can stand up to her with our claws.
Stand up to a squishy monster.
Stand up to her? Oh yeah! Fight! 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 You bared your bared claws get Nash Nash's attention. I don't want you to embarrass yourself showing off that crappy rock. She considers your words and then drops the rock and thanks you.
Monsters are weird.
It's
Monsters are so tsundere.
It's not like I liked that rock or anything.
Which one?
That smug ass monster on the left.
Oh yeah, he's a pensive monster. You stumble... I love this game, it keeps coming back to rocks! You stumble on a rock and find a patch of purple lichen behind it. Your exclamation of delight draws Smark and Gobclaws over, but there's not really enough to share. I say, what's so special about lichen? Tell them how to find some, invite them in anyway, or they're onto you! Run away!
Cheese it.
What's chat think? What do the folks in here think? Oatmeal wants to cheese it?
Well, they're wondering, why the lichen is so important, but it's obviously that the lichen is delicious.
Probably. The decision seems kind of split.
It does. I mean, if it were me, there's plenty of lichen to go around, but that said, give a man some purple lichen and you feed him for a day, but teach a man how to find purple lichen behind a rock and he'll leave you alone.
That's just... I don't know, I really like the last one just because of that icon. It's winning me over.
Choose it!
Run away! Oh, my kindness and cleverness went down. Oh no! You squawk and scramble away. Gobclaws calls out, but you're long gone. When you creep back, the lichen has been eaten by somebody else. Oh, I thought I took it with me.
Can we explore just how that went down? You're like,
Oh man, I found some lichen. This is gonna be delicious.
and the other guys are like, oh, hey, Geob Monster. How
I'm
you
like,
doing? What you got?
run away.
Like,
I thought it meant that I'd gobble it up and leave. Oh, man.
just bolting with, like, lichen trailing out of the corners of your monster mouth.
Geop Monster, you're a bad monster. Man, that kind of took us in the opposite way we were building ourselves. Man. Okay.
Everyone's allowed a moment of weakness.
What do we got next? Whilst I take a drink of water.
You made that decision, Geop. It's your fault.
The broken monster arm?
Well, the decision was split, really.
Was Derp disappointed in me?
Oh, don't worry. He's young. He'll learn.
Every stream.
Yep. Elder Jaggery walks into the cave, rocking from foot to foot. He howls and slams into the wall, then falls, unmoving to the floor. Monsterlings scatter away from his still form. Should we examine him closely? Stand back and observe a moment? Or someone's got to help him. Do it!
Now help the guy out.
Yeah, let's help him
Just
out.
an old dude.
He's an oldster. You creep over, afraid but determined, and see a human's metal knife stuck in Jaggery's back. He's leaking from the wound. You think he might die before help can get here. Now, should we pull out the knife or run? Get help.
No, gotta get help, man. If you pull out the knife, he'll bleed out.
Yep,
Maybe.
Yep.
that's what I was
Run.
thinking.
Cheese it!
Cheese it, Icon! A human knife is a terrible thing, far beyond your skill. You run for assistance. Soon, Marinus and the spine doctor of Holloway Jaggery off to deal with him. You hope he survives. What
You're a
next?
good monster,
We have
you're a monster.
we have enough for maybe one or two of these. What are y'all thinking?
I'm thinking scared monster.
No! 3 gangly adolescent monsters wander into the cave and start poking Gobclaws with sticks. She tries to get away, but they surround her. Blistery starts to cry. Let's get involved, stop the bullying, or Blistery's such a know-it-all. Who cares about a few bullies? Or, looks like fun. Let's get a stick and help poke Blistery.
Hey, no, don't be a dick.
Stop them bullying.
Stop those dicks.
Oh,
from
the
being
only
dicks.
bullying that's going to go on around here is going to be from Geop Monster.
That's right.
I'm the only gang in town. Eat it, shitlords. You approach to the conflict. No way you can fight them all. Convince them to leave with words, or, oh yeah, keep your sticks, taste these claws, or get others to distract them, then slice them up with your claws. Think it's pun
One
time?
versus the tunnel rats.
Think it's pun time, or you think it's buddy time?
Buddy time.
What does chat
Calling
think?
your bros.
That did help us in the past, but do you want us to word it up? Chad is saying word it up, I think. Never not puns. Case, you raise an interesting point. I have yet to pun.